Good evening, everyone. Hope you all are doing good. This is your chemistry class. We have started our chapter water. Half chapter we have completed, and the remaining chapter we will do today. So today I am sending you the video of action of water with non-metals, as we have done this topic in our last class. So quick recap the what we have done in the last. So we will repeat one more time. So action of water with metals. As I told you that water react differently with different metals. And you know that there are weak metals, medium metals and strong metals. So the waters react differently with all the metals. So first we'll take sodium, potassium and calcium. They are very soft metals. They are in the form of powder. They easily react with cold water. So they easily react with cold water to form their hydroxides, as we have done in the last class. So these metals react with water, with cold water, to form hydroxides. Next series of metals are magnesium, aluminium and zinc. They are stronger than sodium, potassium and calcium. So they do not react with cold water because they are hard metals. So they are not showing any reaction with the cold water or normal water. So these metals are very strong. That is why they react with steam only. To form oxides. These metals, when react with water, they don't form hydroxides. Why? Because they are reacting with steam. If they are reacting with water, they are forming hydroxides. But now they are reacting with steam, so they don't form hydroxide, they form oxides. Next metals are iron and lead. They are stronger than these metals. So these metals also don't react with cold water or hot water. They react with only steam. Now they are reacting with steam, that means they form oxides only. Next series of metals are copper, mercury and silver, gold, right? These metals do not react with cold water or hot water or steam water, because they are very strong and they are very hard metals. So if we make them hot, still they don't react with water, right? So they do not show any reaction with water. The water may be a normal water, steam water or hot water. So this topic is a quick recap that we have done in the last class. So today we will start with another topic, that is action of water with non-metals. Metals we have completed here. So now we are starting with non-metals, how water react with non-metals. So action of water with non-metals. First we'll take soft non-metals. As you know that carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, they all are non-metals. As we have done that non-metals have negative valencies, right? Metals have positive valencies and non-metals have negative valency. Why? Because they accept the electrons. That is why their valency is negative. So first non-metal that we have carbon, right? So carbon formula is C, right? It is also called coke or charcoal. Another name of carbon is coke or charcoal. When carbon, as you must have seen carbon, right? When we burn the wood, it will change into carbon, ash, right? So it is a carbon. So carbon does not react with cold water, it always react with steam, right? So when carbon react with steam, it form carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas will be released out, right? So carbon monoxide plus hydrogen gas is also called water gas. If we combine carbon monoxide with hydrogen gas, it will form water gas. The name is water gas. This reaction is endothermic. Why? Because it is absorbing steam. It is reacting with steam. So it is an endothermic reaction. Why? Because heat is absorbed here. Next non-metal is chlorine, right? As you know that chlorine is a disinfectant. It is used to kill microorganisms, right? So it is act as a disinfectant. So how water react with chlorine, right? So chlorine gas is passed through water. In dark it forms chlorine water. Now when we mix water with chlorine, it will naturally form chlorine water, right? And when chlorine water is formed, its color is greenish yellow in color. When we dissolve water in the chlorine gas, it will change into greenish yellow, So when chlorine water exposed in diffused sunlight, now what do you mean by diffuse? Diffuse means the sunlight is not bright, right? So light sunlight. So the reaction take place and it will form HCl and hypochlorous acid. So this is a hypochlorous acid. When it is formed, when it reacts with the diffuse sunlight, diffuse means come, right? So when chlorine water is kept in a diffused sunlight, it will form HCl and hypochlorous acid, right? If we put this solution in direct sunlight, in dark sunlight, then the reactants, the products will be different. So it will form hydrochloric acid and oxygen gas will be released out. If the sunlight is diffused, then it will form HCl and hypochlorous acid. If the sunlight is dark or direct sunlight, then it will form hydrochloric acid plus oxygen gas. This gas will release out in the environment. Next non-metals are, so action of water with non-metallic oxides, right? So action of water with, metallic oxides, right? So how water react with metallic oxides? Now as you know that metals, sodium, potassium, calcium, they are soft metals, right? Sodium, potassium and calcium are soft metals. Now we take their oxide. Sodium oxide is there, potassium oxide there, calcium oxide there. When they react with water, naturally they will form hydroxide. When these oxides react with water, they form hydroxide. Now they react with cold water. You know that these are very soft metal, they easily react with cold water. So when they react with cold water, they will form hydroxide, and when they form hydroxide, large amount of heat will be released out. So these reactions are exothermic reaction. As you know that exothermic means heat is released out. So this is an example of an exothermic reaction. Our next part that we will do is action of water with non-metallic oxides. We have done metallic oxides, now we are doing non-metallic oxides. Now non-metallic oxides, we are taking sulfur dioxide. Sulfur is a non-metal, okay? Sulfur trioxide is there, nitrogen is non-metal, nitrogen dioxide there, phosphorus pentoxide is there, carbon dioxide is there. They are non-metals, these are non-metals. So how they react with water, these oxides, how they react with water. Now these non-metals are very soft non-metals, so they easily react with cold water. So when sulfur dioxide is put inside water, so it doesn't form a hydroxide. Hydroxides are formed only in the case of metallic oxides. In non-metallic oxide, it is forming sulfurous acid. They will form acids. So sulfur dioxide react with water, it will form H2SO3, that is sulfurous acid. If sulfur trioxide is there, it react with water, then it will form sulfuric acid and large amount of heat will release. The reaction is exothermic reaction. Nitrogen dioxide react with water to form nitrous acid and nitric acid, right? They are strong acid, nitrous acid and nitric acid. Phosphorus pentoxide react with water to form phosphoric acid, H3PO4, phosphoric acid. Carbon dioxide react with water to form carbonic acids, right? So that means when metals react with water, metal oxides react with water, they will form hydroxides. When non-metal oxides react with water, they form acids. In each case, you can see that acids are formed, right? So non-metal oxides react with water to form acids. Okay, hope you understand this topic. If you have any problem, we will discuss it in the Zoom class. Thank you so much.